Hi, this is Jerry with I Love RV Life. Today I've put together 6 practical gifts to give to your favorite RV traveler. Hi, it's Jerry. Today I've put together 6 practical RV gifts to give to your RV traveler. And you may ask, well, why are they practical? Well, look, we've all received those Christmas gifts from friends and family and loved ones, and they may not meet our specific lifestyle or our specific need. They go into a closet or a container, they get shipped back, and we don't want that to happen. So Joan and I kind of went through a list of the items that we use every day that are so handy and functional in our RV travel. They're not high-tech, they're not glitzy, they're just practical and they work. So I contacted Corey, they're an Amazon reseller. We have bought a lot of items through them since we first started our RV travels, and we have found that their products are very high quality, and we use them every day in our RV travel, and they've really served us well. So I contacted them. I said, here's a list of items that I'd like to create in this list, and they sent me 6 of these, and I think you'll find a very practical use for each one of these, and I bet you they will fit your RV traveler's needs as well. Let's look at the first one. This is their adjustable pressure regulator. You can find regulators that are what they call inline. They're the little cylinder shaped ones. We like these adjustable pressure regulators. They've got a gauge here that you can look at the pressure coming in to your RV, and then there is a screw that you can turn to adjust that. Usually, once I set this screw once, I never have to mess with it again. These are very, very high quality. The gauges we have found have been very, very true, all brass construction. They work really, really great. And we normally run our water pressure in our fifth wheels at about 40 to 45 pounds. There's some rules of thumb that say don't go over 50, so we keep them just a little bit under 50. That still gives us a good shower. And with those inlines, the straight inlines, you can't make any adjustment whatsoever. And sometimes they have a bad tendency, if they get a little silt in them, they'll clog, and the pressure goes down and down and down over time. I have never had that happen with these. These are great units, and they're very inexpensive. They're only about $28. Everything that I'm going to be sharing with you today, you can get prime. So, you know, if you're considering something like this and your RV traveler doesn't have one, this is a good gift to start with. The next item I'm going to share is this. This is a 50 amp to 15 amp. Some people call these dog legs or an adapter. You screw this into the side of your coach into your power where you typically put your 50 amp connection, and then you can plug this into any standard household circuit. 15 amp circuit is what we recommend. These are great when you're pulling your camper back home and you want to bring power inside of it, keep your batteries capped off, or just run some basic AC devices inside your camper. These are wonderful if you're visiting friends or family over a vacation or a holiday and you're stopping for a few days and you want to keep things like your appliances running. Like if you've got a residential refrigerator, it's perfect for that. Keep that running. Again, keep your battery charged up, because if you're using the lights, these are 12 volts, it'll run your battery down over time. And these are just perfect for that. Again, plug this into the 50 amp side. They come in 30 amp as well. Looks very similar to this, except it has the 30 amp connection. And then a standard plug. I typically recommend, if you're going to use something like this, get you a good quality 10 gauge extension cord, and then that way you maximize the amount of power coming into your RV, and they work fantastic. These are very inexpensive. The 50 amp is running $24 today on Amazon. All the pricing I'm going to be giving you today is current today at the time of this video. You can get these in 30 amp as well, $23, $24 to $23 for a 50 to a 30. These are invaluable for that device that is perfect for keeping power coming into your RV. The next item is inline water filters. I always keep a pack of these with me. You never know the water system you're going to be on, and you can get, funky taste, or you can actually get particles, or you can get some other things as well. This has a long list of items that it actually will filter for you. It's both a filter and carbon. It does a good job with improving taste. If we have been on systems that have a bit of an iron taste, we were at one of those this year, and the water was a little bit red. These did a great job of getting rid of that iron taste. And when we travel to Florida, we go down there 3 or 4 times a year to visit our son. And the Florida water systems have that bit of a sulfury taste to it. These do a really good job of taking a lot of that taste and the odor out of the tank as well. They do a really good job. We probably swap these out. It just depends. It depends on the water system that we were on. If we've been on a really funky water system for a period of time, we might change these out every 4 or 5 months. But usually about every 6 months we rotate these out, and that's because we travel a lot. We're out 4, 5, 6 months. It's time to replace these. But you can get these as 1s, 2s, or this is a 4-pack that we've received here. They do a really great job. I'm always very, very pleased with them. Very simple to use. I showed you the regulator. We screw it right on at the regulator, screw our hose on here, and then we've got good water. This 4-pack costs us $32 and will last more than a heavy years of travel. And for us, that's 7, 8, 9 months out on the road. And might use that 4-pack in the year. Usually it's around 2 or 3, again, depending on the water system. Great gift, and really makes your water taste good too. All right, for the next gift, don't you laugh at me. I've got it in the refrigerator. Let me go over here and get it. All right, I know you think Jerry has lost it. This is Corey's RV and Marine drinking water hose, and I know I had it in the refrigerator. I've had it in the refrigerator for a day at 44 degrees. Why did you do that? Well, these are what they refer to as a no kink hose. We've all bought those white ones. You know the white ones I'm talking about. And when they get cold, it is like wrestling, you know, a piece of wood to try to get those coiled back up and put back into the RV. And this doesn't happen. Again, it's cold. It's at 44 degrees. Here, I haven't even opened this one up yet. It's brand spanking new. And I'll show you from 44 degrees just how flexible they still remain. These hoses are no taste, so especially when you're in the hot Florida sun and they're sitting out there getting cooked, well, you know, you can get some hose taste, and you don't want that to happen. Again, look at this, how flexible this is. At 44 degrees, and you know, usually what we've seen is anytime you get under 40 degrees, these things get hard and they get stiff, and they're just virtually not manageable at all. This is a 25-footer. You can get them in 50. I looked at the 50 price just to see what the 50 price is. I know that's a very popular hose size, and they run about $39 right now. Usually we keep 225s with us, just because a lot of times we're in campgrounds that we know that we're going to, that we just have a short distance to be able to hook up. But 50 is very handy as well. These are great hoses. I love them. Again, they're built really well. They've got the ends to be able to protect them. They've got the nice screw aluminum heads on them. They hold up really well, and we haven't had one to leak, and they work really great, and they're no kink. So if you're thinking about another practical gift for the RVer who's out there in the cold wrestling with one of those white hoses, give them a break. Give them one of these flexible no kink hoses. They're going to love you for that. Well, we're coming up on number 5 in the list, and if you've been noticing, I'm going from small to big, and now I'm going big to heavy. And I love this gift. These are really, really nice, and they work fantastic. Before I show you this is an item to take that shift, that forward and backward shift, out of your camper or your fifth wheel. You've got to have 2 axles, at least 2 axles, or 3. But if you have 2 axles, you can stop that shift, and it's very, very simple. What happens, especially in a fifth wheel, when you got people running up and down those steps, the fifth wheel will rock back and forth just ever so slightly on the wheels, but as it comes up into the camper, you've got the shift that you'll feel. And some people, that just really, really bothers them. Joan doesn't like it. And there's a very simple fix for it. They're called X-Chocks. There's several folks that make these. I like these with Corey just because of the price. They're 39 bucks. And they're very, very simple to use. You put these between 2 tires between your axles. They're just very simple. You run these screws down, these nuts down really, really tight, and take you either a deep socket or just a wrench and put some pressure. You don't have to put a lot, but put just enough pressure to make that real snug fit between those 2 wheels, and that will take all that motion that's coming up into your camper. They work fantastic. And again, these, you can look at some of the pricing of some of the devices that are out there. They're very, very expensive. And at 39 bucks, they're well made. They're galvanized. They're not going to rust on you. These things are a great gift. I really like our X-Chocks. Well, we're coming up on number 6 and the final item of the practical gifts to give to RV travelers. Let me show you this. These are RV levelers. These are camper levelers. Look, we've all been there, done that. If you've had a camper, the first thing we usually start off with is the blocks of wood. I know, I did it too. And then you might migrate to the yellow plastic Lego-looking things. And what happens with those, they're fixed sizes, and you never know how much to use when you try to level your camper. You'll put 1 down in front of each tire and you back up. Well, that's not enough. And then you put 2, and then it's too much. And what do we do now? Because I don't have a half size of those. Or even worse, you're on slick gravel, and as you start backing up, they go flying all over the place. I'm speaking from practical experience here. But if you don't have hydraulic levelers, that's the big issue. If you do not have hydraulic levelers, there is a much simpler way to be able to level your camper. And these Corey levelers do a great job. They're $37 on Prime. Isn't that amazing? $37. They're very, very well made, very hard, some type of a polymer plastic, very, very hard. And what you do is you stick this under your wheel. If you've got 2 wheels, 1 wheel, 2 wheels, even if you have 3-wheel axle, you can do 2 of your axles and level up. And you stick this under your tire. It comes with a set of 2. And then you start backing up, and these will rotate. What I do is that I have Joan stand outside. I set these under the wheel, and then she'll get one of these 3-foot levelers, and we have a walkie-talkie, and then I'll back up. And this will give you about 4.5 inches of height, which is a lot. And I'll start backing up. She'll take the level, put on the side of the camper. Yeah, that's good, or come back, or go forward a little bit. And within minutes, 5 minutes, we've got the camper leveled, compared to doing that block thing, and you might be out there for 15, 20, 30 minutes, moving back and forth, moving back and forth. But there's a couple other features that I really like. They provide this chock in the front, and one of the things I like about it is bright red. So as you're getting ready to leave, to kick these out. But this kind of locks that level in and makes sure that it actually as a secondary chock for your axle, and works really good. And I like it that it's red, so as you get ready to leave, you can look and go, oh my goodness, I forgot to take the levelers out, because these things stand out. Another feature they give you are these rubber pads. One of the things that you've noticed, if you've ever been on something like very coarse gravel, very, very coarse gravel, then one of the things that will happen is that if you've used those blocks before, they'll scoot out from under you. And these will have a tendency to scoot as well, even though they've got some roughness on the back of them that'll create some bite. You can drop these pads up underneath as you stick them under the tire before you back up, and it gives it just that extra little bit of grip to come back and stay tight to the ground. And these things are awesome. 37 bucks. And they just work fantastic. I hope you found these 6 practical gifts helpful. I think that everybody could use these if the application fits your need. We use them, we love them. One of the things I'm going to mention to you, I'm going to give you just a tad of a heads up. We are going to be at the Tampa RV Show in January. So go out to the Tampa RV Show if you're planning on coming. There's already been some announcements that come out from some of the vendors that they've invited us to come to their booth for a short visit to meet some folks. The big item, we're going to try to do a meetup. And space is limited for we RV YouTubers. So they're kind of going through a stack. I'm hoping to find out something this week and see if we can get us a slot. I think they're going to give us short time period slots to meet with folks and get to shake hands. We're going to have a bunch of giveaways. Some of this Corey product that you're seeing, Corey gave us some extra that we're going to be giving out as well. So we'll do little raffles, and we got some other things that we're going to be giving as well. So we appreciate Corey supplying some of these products that we could show in today's video, as well as a giveaway at the RV Tampa show. So stay tuned. We'll be giving you more information as we kind of get that set aside. So we're hoping that we went last year, met a lot of folks. This year we're going to do something a little bit more formal to where we can meet a lot more folks. I love doing these. I really appreciate Corey allowing me to put a list together and have them send these to us so that you can get your prime orders in fast and get some of these practical gifts to give to your favorite RV traveler. Well, I love doing this, and I love RV life. I hope to see you soon in our RV travels.